Let's set some championship lineups right now on Fantasy Football Today in 5. Hello, good morning. And Heath, Happy New Year. Is it too early to say that?
It's not New Year's Day yet, so I would say yes.
Everybody's been saying it to me at restaurants and stores or whatever. But anyway, Happy New Year to all of you, and good luck today. All right, let's get going here.
Have you been Zooming with people who were in restaurants and stores, like
No,
from your house?
I've been out.
Oh, okay.
League people, I've been out. Trevor Lawrence also out. So let's talk about the Jaguars. By the way, Kyler Murray expected to play. That's good. Jacoby Brissett, a game-time decision. We'll get to that in a second. Jaguars passing game. Anything for ETN here?
I'm starting ETN as a top 12 running back. Not much concern at all. The one who gets, and I'm still starting Evan Ingram as well as a top 6 tight end. The one who really gets impacted by this is Calvin Ridley. I had him as a low-end number 2 wide receiver. He's now a low-end number 3 wide receiver.
Jacoby Brissett being the game-time decision. If McLaurin were a tough call, what would you do here with him?
I would rather start Terry McLaurin with either quarterback than Calvin Ridley. He's more of a high-end number 3, low-end number 2 wide receiver. I don't really care all that much who's starting at quarterback.
I'm going to stay on that game real quick and get to some other news in a second, like Mostert. We got to talk about him. But Brian Robinson, I just didn't spend a lot of time on him this week or that backfield. Brian Robinson is going to play. Do you have any interest in a Commanders running back?
I would prefer Brian Robinson in half and non-PPR to Terry McLaurin. I think he's right around RB 24 for me, right in that Javonte Williams, just ahead of Javonte Williams and Aaron Jones.
All right, let's go to Raheem Mostert, not expected to play. What does this mean for Achane and Jeff Wilson?
I'm viewing Achane as a high-end number 2 running back, pretty close to a must-start option. There's certainly risk. It's a terrible matchup in terms of the overall defense. I know they've given up a lot of yards per carry. And Jeff Wilson is a mid-range flex behind Brian Robinson.
Ken Walker is expected to play, but he's dealing with this shoulder injury. He apparently re-aggravated it last week against the Titans. Start or sit Ken Walker?
I would like to not start him. He is behind Brian Robinson for me, ahead of Jeff Wilson, Javonte Williams, Aaron Jones, the guys in that range.
Yeah, I just told someone to sit him certainly for Zamir White. I can't remember one that was more complicated, more controversial than that. But yeah, let's talk about Zamir White. Getting a ton of Zamir White questions. Where do you have him ranked with Josh Jacobs doubtful?
RB 20, RB 21, right behind David McGuire. Well, he already played. Right behind James Conner, James Cook, Austin Eckler, Isiah Pacheco, but ahead of Derrick Henry, Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift.
Achane or Zamir White?
Achane.
Can you imagine going for 2 at the 7-yard line? What a preposterous decision that was. Both Chiefs running backs, Clyde and Pacheco, are expected to play today. How do you feel about them?
Pacheco is pretty close to a must start at the number 2 running back. Clyde is a touchdown dependent flex.
Would you start Pacheco or Achane?
I would start Achane.
Okay. Michael Pittman will play. Automatic start.
I'm starting him.
Jayden Reed expected to play, and I've been recommending him over, the Tyler Lockett's of the world. How do you feel about Jayden Reed?
I have him behind Tyler Lockett. He is at wide receiver 30 for me. Fine. A good number 3 wide receiver. I think we say this a lot. If you start 3 wide receivers, you start Jayden Reed. If you're starting 2, I'm probably not.
All right. Christian Watson is out for this game. So I would start, maybe this is controversial. I would start him over T. Higgins. And Jamar Chase is expected to play today, which is our next news.
I did move T. Higgins down with the Jamar Chase news. I think I have these 2 back-to-back. I'm not sure. I wouldn't fight you over it, but I wouldn't have to fight you. I'd start Jayden Reed over T. Higgins as well.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're damn right. You don't have to fight me. By the way, L'Jarius Sneed is expected to play. So he hasn't practiced all week. I don't know if we're getting A+ Sneed here, but what does that mean for Chase? Does it matter to you?
My theory on the Jamar Chase, the Chiefs don't have a Jalen Ramsey comment, was that he is showing up just to be as a decoy and have Sneed follow him around so that Higgins will be open. No. I am starting Jamar Chase. I'm viewing T. Higgins as a number 3 wide receiver. It's an uncomfortable situation.
Okay. Yeah, it really is. Puka Nacua expected to play. You can start him. Jordan Addison will play. So how about Jayden Reed versus Jordan Addison?
This is one you just told me before the show that I hadn't seen yet. And so I think you put Jordan Addison right in that Jayden Reed range. I would rather start Jayden Reed. I'd rather start T. Higgins, but he's right behind those guys. I have to make a terribly difficult decision. You want to make it for me? You did a great job on the Elijah Moore decision.
Yeah.
So I have to bench one of Jordan Addison or Drake London or Javonte Williams.
Oh, gross. I would bench. Oh, gross. I would bench Jordan Addison. I have no faith in their passing game.
This is against Jamie.
Yeah. All right, let me ask Jamie. No, I would bench Jordan Addison.
Okay.
All right, last thing here is Cole Kmet expected to play. Where do you have him ranked?
Cole Kmet is a top 12 tight end. You probably start him if you got him.
And Marvin Mims not expected to play. Cortland Sutton, still he's out, right? Sutton?
Yes.
And Jerry Jeudy is expected to play. I know it's Jared Stidham. Could it get that much worse than the passing game with Wilson? I mean, what about Jerry Jeudy versus Addison and Jayden Reed and Higgins?
Yes, it could get much worse than the pass game with Wilson. It's a ridiculous question to ask. I have no interest in starting a Broncos wide receiver.
This is a guy who was barely throwing for 200 yards.
Wait, he was barely throwing the ball 30 times a game.
Yeah, I know.
Sean Payton's still there.
Yeah. All right. I have some interest in Jerry Jeudy. I mean, I think he can get you 12 PPR fans.
You have, I think that makes sense with our histories with Jerry Jeudy. If you've been someone who has believed in Jerry Jeudy, then you've got a sparkle of reason to believe again. A little twinkle in your eye.
Number 3 wide receiver. All right, some questions from the chat. Zamir White or Austin Eckler?
Eckler. And full PPR, White everywhere else.
Ridley, Chandler, or JSN PPR?
I'd go Ridley for ceiling, Chandler for floor. I'd probably play Ridley.
Jeff Wilson, Charbonnet, or Elijah Mitchell?
Wilson.
Devontae Smith, Pittman, Chase, Higgins, pick 2. I'm sitting the Bengals.
I am sitting the Bengals.
All right. Good luck, everybody. Fine. I put your question up. I might as well read it. That's so cruel. Kmet or Waller? All right. Kmet or Waller.
Go Giants. Go Giants. Go Giants. I want to see Wink pitch a shutout today.
Oh, you played against Stafford?
Stafford, Kyron Williams, and Puka all in the same game.
Oh, that's Jamie, right?
Yep.
It worked for him last week. All right. Good luck, everybody. We'll talk to you at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, answering your questions at youtube.com/fantasyfootball today. See ya.